Hey everybody, today on Henry Tattoos, I'm going to show you how to make Persian Ghayme Khoresht. Let's get straight into it. So I'm going to be making this recipe based on about 12 to 15 people, fairly big portions as well. So if you're doing less, obviously just reduce the quantities. But just in front of me here, I've got 3 cups of yellow split peas. I've just put in cold water to soak them before we cook them. And I've just got some dried Persian limes here. Now I've got about 12. What we're going to do with these is just grab yourselves a fork and you just want to push the fork into them just so you can make holes like that. That way the water will get into them and soak them properly. Now even just one side's good enough because the water will just get in. So just do that to all the limes. And then we're going to want to let this soak for about 10 minutes. Okay, so just leave that aside to soak and we'll get started on the next process. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is dice up 2 onions. It doesn't have to be too fine, it doesn't have to be too thick either, because once we cook it will sort of dissolve anyway. Okay, so we'll go ahead and add 1 cup of vegetable oil into our pot. And then we'll add our onions in. And you just want to cook that until they're translucent, so just for a couple of minutes. Okay, so our onions are slightly cooked. Now just in front of me here, I've got 1.5 kilos of diced lamb leg. Now I've got on my butcher to already dice this. If you're doing it yourself with the whole leg or shoulder, you want to dice them into small 1 centimeter pieces like that. So just go ahead and add that straight in. We just want to cook these for about a couple of minutes just so they seal properly. So in the meantime, we'll go ahead and add in our seasonings. So I'm going to add in 3 tablespoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of ground cloves, half a tablespoon of turmeric, 1 tablespoon of curry powder, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. So now just stir that all together so it combines. And we've got a beautiful aroma coming along now. So as you can see, the meat is starting to seal and getting brown, which is what we want. So we can go ahead and add in our liquid now. So I'm just going to start with about 2 liters of water. This is equivalent to about 8 cups. Now go ahead and add in your yellow split peas and the dry lemons as well. Just give that a good mix. So now we know roughly how liquid it's going to be. So what I'm going to do is add in another liter of water as well. Now go ahead and add in 2 tablespoons of saffron water as well, which is basically a combination of saffron, water and a bit of sugar. And we can mix that through as well. Okay, so go ahead and let this come to the boil, and then we'll go ahead and add in some tomato paste. So this is only take a couple of minutes. Okay, so we've got a gentle boil going now. So what we're going to be doing is adding in 6 tablespoons of tomato paste. And just give that a mix through, just so it breaks apart and cooks evenly. Okay, so what we're going to do is put this onto a medium heat, and I'm going to put the lid on it, and I'm going to cook this for about 20 minutes, then we'll come back and check on it. Okay, so it's been 20 minutes now. As you can see, it's slightly thickened up, and the meat is starting to cook well, which is what we want. Now what you can do now is these little lemons that we have here, just push them against the side of the pot. What this will do is release the juice from inside it. And that's where the sourness comes from. So just do that to all of them. Okay, now what we'll do now is I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of lime juice as well. Now I'm using a Persian lime juice here, as it's slightly more sour. So just mix that through, and we'll leave this for about another 10 minutes, and then we should be ready to serve it. So we'll come back. You can leave the lid off now as well. Okay, so another 10 minutes have passed. I've just gone ahead and turned it off. As you can see, we've got a beautiful consistency here. So we can just let this sit here for about 5 minutes, then we can go ahead and serve it with some rice. Now, if you're doing Ghemeh badamjan, which is basically with eggplant, what we're going to do is just get baby eggplant, just slice it lengthways and just deep fry it for a couple of minutes, and we'll just place that on top. Okay, so basically that's our Ghemeh khoresh there. So if you're doing Ghemeh badamjan, we've got some deep fried eggplant here. We'll just place that on top like that. And that's ready to serve with some rice. I hope you like that, guys. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I've got new videos every week. And if you have any recipe suggestions for me, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll do them for you. See you guys next time.